Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Back in the Street Stock C-Class series here at Rockingham Speedway. Had a little bit of a technical issue, so quickly ran qualifying, got one lap in just to try to avoid starting at the very back. I didn't get a chance to start the video at that point. Still working through the issue, so you're going to see from the race on, we are starting 10th, car number 5. Pretty weak field. There's a couple guys that are somewhat decent in terms of iRating, a few that are around me, and there are also a few that are pretty bad. So I'm really hopeful everybody's done some practice with it being a little bit later in the week, and that we're not going to have issues and cautions, but I really have no idea what's going to happen. We're just going to hope for the best and try to do what we can going forward. So it's going to be fun. I have not quite figured out how to run incredibly fast here yet, in terms of the lifting points and how to keep the thing at the slip angle, maximum slip angle around the corners. But I'm sure starting here on the outside, we're going to get some practice being around people, trying to avoid as much as I possibly can. And hopefully we can just try to keep it clean.
I'm eating some right now.
I think it might even be worse than the street stocks compared to like the super lates or the modifieds in terms of trying to get out with the 0x, but I'm just going to try to make it best goal that I can to avoid any incident points, just avoid whatever chaos might happen since we're mid-pack. How many cars are there in total? 20 cars in total, so I think there's a couple that didn't show up, but right around dead mid-pack, supposed to finish in the top 5. We'll see what we can do. Pace car's going to pull off. 13's already rolling. So we go under green pretty quickly. 13 quickly cuts up to the high side. 9 runs in the wall, or I think it might have been outside the 6. Got a little bit of a break behind, so we're going to try to suck to the inside line. I think the 9's kind of all over the place. 17 looks to be a little bit more stable than him.
Still there.
So, although, as I say, that 17 goes around 6 in the wall. 12's in the wall. He's coming back up on the track. Clear him. Gonna take the momentum, go to the inside of the 6. He kind of drove it in.
He's still there.
Drag racing down the backstretch.
He's still there.
Leaders have broken away big time.
Still there.
Probably would have been smart to just work behind the 6 and try to work the draft, call him back up, but
Still there.
no big deal.
Hold your line.
But quickly battling for 3rd now. So, able to avoid some of the chaos off the start. Their way up, 6 kind of slid. 2 seconds to go to get back up to the front. Don't know if I'll be able to cut that down, but I'll do what I can, try to keep the momentum up. I want to keep it down somewhat, but I pushed it up. Oh, we got cars flipping there out of turn number 4. You can see that, so... Well, we're going to be up against the leaders now, but unfortunately not going to go green the way I wanted to. So to give us a chance to reset, catch up. That 2 seconds is now gone. See how many cars that took out. Again, with no fast repairs, people flipping. We'll see how many cars we lost. I don't know if that involves any of the slow people. Maybe that'll clean up some of the racing. "13 was your pole sitter."
We're under caution. Pit's closed.
Not feeling real confident with the 6 behind. Kind of seems to be all over. Also looks like, based on the smoke that I've seen, 2 and the 13 might be just driving in full throttle and kind of sliding it, which, if we can get into a long green flag run, that'll definitely heat up the right side tires and cause them to fall off a little bit more later on the race. But if we get a ton of cautions and it's a bunch of short runs, that's probably going to be the better way to go. Not exactly sure where the 6 is going, but we're just going to let him go be an idiot. There's no way it's putting him in his second. Alright, so he was going up to take a look at damage. I don't have all the driver channels be all.
Hey, 5, your car's upside down.
Not sure who he's talking to. Mentioned that my car was upside down, but I don't think that was actually the case. And I'm not showing any
Okay,
connection
Jake,
issues,
get
so
ready. Race will
not sure
resume at
what's
the end
going
of
on
this
that
lap.
way. We're going to be going green next time by. Let's try to take advantage of the restart. Get in front of the 2, hopefully. Big thing is just to pull away from the 16. I don't know what the 13 and the 2 are doing. They're probably talking to each other on another channel. Just going to stay behind the 13, try to get the best start possible. Do have to use the clutch in these, so a little bit worse at getting up through the gears on restarts. 13's laying way back. He is the race leader. I don't know what he's doing. Like, this is ridiculous. These kind of games are crap. The 2 cuts down. I hate these games. I really hate these kind of restart games. It's just abysmal. Causes so many issues. So that's what guys want to do up here at the front. Causes a really bad restart. We're gonna be on the inside of the 6 again, going back into 1. That's how these guys are gonna race. I gotta watch out for that if I get back up to them. But that kind of stuff is pathetic.
Clear high.
Those are just games that don't need to be played. 6 is gonna get the run down the backstretch. Just gonna kind of hang in the middle, try to stall him out. I'm not gonna throw any blocks because he's gonna do that.
On your right. Clear outside.
The better part is he sent himself up in the wall, so didn't really. I mean, it sent me for a slide. Needs the tires up a bit, but
P3. The gap in front is now
keeps us in third.
1.25.
Causes us to fall 2.5 back of the leaders. Whatever. This will be the only one for this week. We got a wrecked on the backstretch. We'll see if it brings out a caution. That thing is the 6 isn't. I don't know where he's at, but he's not one of the worst I-rated drivers, so that kind of driving's stupid. We'll see what he does to the 3. 3's trying to break away from him.
Your lap time was 27.41.
Trying to keep the thing from sliding up quite so much in the corners. Need to lift just a little bit earlier into turn 1. See the 3's catching up. 13 and 2 are pulling away. Biggest thing I can hope for is that we get into a green flag run and these guys can heat up their tires. Fall back. So 3's going to put some pressure on us soon.
You've just done a 27.36.
I know if we get in the long run, this lifting strategy in the corners will work. Seen it with other people's race. Green so far. 2's going to make a move to the inside of the 13 up ahead. 3's catching us. He's going to look to the inside.
Inside. The gap inside clear.
Watch and see what he does here in turn 1. If he's going to push up, he falls back a little bit. So we'll be able to hang on to 3rd. 3's pulling away from the 6 big time, so no pressure to worry about behind if the 3 does get by us. 2 looking again back on the inside of the 13 down the front stretch. Not quite there to make the pass.
That lap was a 27.39.
Be halfway, or excuse me, not halfway, a third of the way done this time by. 12 down, 23 to go. A lot of cars on pit road, it looks like. Leaders pulling away. Yep, it's 2.5 seconds. 1's working his way up past the 6. Still think this is going to be the way to go. Might be lifting a bit too much, but I think this will work out if we can stay green. You can see the 13 start to pull away from the 2 a little bit. 1 was able to get by the 6. 16 also gets by the 6. 6 falling back big time. Although it doesn't really surprise me given his driving. 13's going to try to take advantage of the draft at the 20. 2's now about 7/10 off.
The gap in front is now 2.8. Your lap
Just
time
have
was
to wait these tires out.
27.44.
Hopefully I did a better job with mine. One's catching us pretty quick. He's got the gap down to 0.7.
Be careful, we've got a full
And we get a
course
caution. So,
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
well, we're
Pace
probably
car
going to have
is
to
out.
start going
Single
full
file,
throttle
current
now
car
just to
number
try to
02.
stay up. We're not getting these long runs that are heating up the tires and keeping them hot. One's going to be directly behind us. We'll see how aggressive he is. 4's going to be, or 3's going to be to our
Pits are
outside.
open.
And we'll catch back up to the 13 and the 2. 20 should get the lucky dog, I believe. Can't believe there's only... Is there really only 10 cars on the lead lap? Yep. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what some of the wrecks have done here. Guess other side though is this technically helps make it a little bit easier to keep it incident free. Here comes the 6 again. Not sure what he's doing. He's headed to... I don't know where. I don't really know where the 6 is headed. He's just in his own race, I suppose. Get the tires cool back down. I don't know, with as few lapses we'll have, we'll be just past the halfway mark. When we go green, I might just start running full throttle, lift just if it really gets sideways, but kind of do like everybody's doing around me.
Pits are open.
It's going to be the only way that'll be able to contend with anybody. Wish we could have gone green the whole way, but the field is probably optimistic. A bit too optimistic to hope for that. Here comes the 6 again.
We're under caution. Pits closed.
Like I said, really no idea what he's doing. No clue. I think he's going to be 7th now when we go back green. Hoping the 1 and the 3 will be a little bit more respectful than the 6 was off the last restart. I don't really need anybody running into the back of me for no reason. 6 just drove it in hard. I guess probably wasn't expecting me to lift, but didn't really seem to care about staying off. And you know, the 1's pretty high rated driver, so let's hope he didn't get that by just running people over. Get the 1 to go this time, and I'm really hoping we don't get any more of these dumb restart games between the 13 and the 2, because that last one was just, that was stupid. That was just, that was pathetic. And quite honestly, if it happens again, I may actually protest the 13 for that, because that's just absolutely pathetic what he was doing.
Pace car's coming in this lap. Alright, Jake.
Let's hope he cleans
halfway
it
home.
up.
Fuel looks good.
Otherwise, I will protest that stuff, because there's no place for that. Nobody needs to be dealing with that. Nobody needs to be doing that. Get it back down to 2nd gear. Be restarting with 16 to go. Started the game somewhere right around here in the middle of the backstretch into turn 3, so we'll see if it continues to happen. Just trying to stay as close to him as I can without getting into the back of him if he pulls one of these quick stops. You know, as soon as the pace car goes off, he's going to hit the accelerator. He didn't. He waited.
Green, green, green.
2
Let's
cut
go.
down in front. Which technically isn't legal, but we're going to let it go. So he does not cross the start-finish line yet. So he's going to get really aggressive. He's going to just sit behind with the draft. 13's going to push up the track as he's running in full throttle. 1 was able to get by the 3. Watch the 2 push up into the 13.
Full course caution.
2 gets
Careful.
loose and we get a caution before anything happens. So continue on with the short runs. Here comes the 6 again. Yay! He's going to take the lead. Maybe he'll take somebody out.
13, I like your grip pack. You don't speed, then you have grip pack.
Race cars out. Line up single file behind car 02. We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Grip packs, right? Yeah, you better run. You better run.
I don't know what games the 6 is playing. There's something wrong there. Whatever. And there's contact now.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
Yeah, we're gonna sit back and let the 6 do his little crap. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably gonna get protested by somebody at some point because this is stupid.
Yeah, packs, otherwise known as driver talent.
They're gonna go chase each other everywhere. Let him go again. I don't know. This is pathetic. Yep. We're not gonna run this stuff. This is dumb. Just get out of this race as easy as I can. Hopefully not get tangled up in any of this chaos. iRacing drivers at their finest. Or I should say street stock drivers at their finest as the 6 continues to turn people around. Flips the 13. So
What the fuck was that?
we're gonna end up
Yeah, Six, you have no business being on iRacing.
second, I suppose.
Stupid.
Which is gonna hurt us in the long run.
That's what you pay $7 a month to do?
Whatever, this is crazy.
He slammed into multiple people. He hooked somebody earlier.
20 gets a lap
I
back.
think it was 8, but I could be wrong.
He'll be having a nice holiday after this one, that's for sure.
I think everybody's gonna protest the 6. I'm not gonna worry about it because I think everybody else is gonna take care of it, but that really sucks for the 13. Not that I was a fan of what the 13 was doing, but that's not what you want to see happen. You got a good look at it though, and thankfully we were able to
I
avoid
did not have a black flag yet for
any contact out of that.
to the field, passing the cars under caution anyway.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Guess I don't want to be the leader if we get a caution, because he'll just come after us for no reason. I don't know what's going on. This is hilarious, honestly. Really, really funny. So 13 disconnects, yeah. So it's gonna put 10 drivers still on the lead lap. So when I got back on the lead lap, 13 falls off of it for getting flipped by the 6. Wow, that was cool. No words after that. Looked like off the start we were able to pull away from the 1 and the 3, but we're going to be stuck on the outside, so that's going to make things a heck of a lot more difficult. And I don't know what we're going to be able to do at this point. Might be falling back through the field. I'm just going to try to get the best restart that I can.
Okay, Jake. Get
On the
ready.
2
Race will resume
and
at the end of this lap.
hope that I can try to keep myself in the top 5 somehow. Just try to slot in and fall in behind somebody, whether it's the 2, whether it's the 1, whoever. Just try to move back up through the field. We'll tend to go once we get the green. Hopefully we can just finish it out green, but I also have the 6 to worry about, which we know he's not afraid of contact with anybody, so it's going to make things fun. 2's trying to push us up the track. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to come back to the street stocks, run something with a little wide open, and this is not fun. He's continuing to push us up the track. I hate this stuff. I hate these kind of games. No reason to play these games at all on a restart. Off and rolling. Didn't jump the start.
Green flag, we're racing.
Missed the shift there. But
Me too.
gotta get enough to start to be able to hold second down. Let's just hope we can go green the rest of the way. 3's falling back. We're gonna have almost 3 wide, I think possibly 3 wide down the backstretch. Now it's just about holding it wide open. Tires don't really matter. It's about getting the best run that we can. See where the one's gonna chase us. We'll lift just a little bit to get in the corner. Try to get the run. I feel like we're faster than the 2. Whether or not the 1's faster than us is a different story.
Inside line, you got
It's
one.
gonna throw the
There,
block
low.
into 3.
Stay high.
I lifted. 1's gonna get the run on the inside since I lifted going
still
into the
there.
corner. So it's gonna put
Still
us
there.
disadvantaged down the
Inside's clear.
front stretch. We're able to clear the 1.
Okay, Jake, we're matching race pace. That lap time was
Trying to look to the inside of the 2. He cut down just in front of us. Work to his inside. Not quite there. It's going to continue to throw the blocks down the backstretch. 3's broken away. He's closing back up.
Car low. He's still there.
Work to the outside of the 2. 2 keeps
Still
trying to
there.
push us up the track.
Last lap time was 27.23.
Drive it hard into turn
still
1
there.
on the outside. Try to get the run off of turn 2.
Still there.
2's going to continue to push me
Still
up
there.
the track.
Still there.
Not really sure what he's thinking there.
Hold your line.
1's going to get the run on the
Keep it
inside
together.
behind the
Line.
2 now.
Still
6
there.
to go.
We got 2 down low. 3 wide.
1 dives to the bottom.
Up there on the inside. Our inside. Keep
We're
wide.
on the outside. I think we're
Keep it
still 3
steady,
wide.
still
I don't
there.
know. We are not.
He's still there.
1's back there.
He's still there.
2 again.
Clear low.
Continues to push us up.
One
Gets
car
me
inside.
loose. I got to bail out.
Clear inside.
Dude, if you want to keep shoving me up the track, I'm going to remember that one, bud. Shouldn't have said something, but
P3. That lap
really
was,
tired of the frustration.
27.75.
2 continually shoving me up. We're going to fall in behind the 1, see if we can try to get the run
Still
behind him. Not really trying to go
Still
3
there.
wide here.
Clear inside.
There's going to be contact between the 1 and the 2.
Perkins. is
3's
leading
right
the race.
behind us. 8's trying to catch up as
Push
well.
down.
You got one right side. Outside line's clear.
These guys are just throwing it in full throttle, sliding up and leaning on each other. And then we've got aggressive blocks going
He's
on.
still there. Keep digging. Clear up high.
This is just stupid. Now the 2's all over. Drilling the 1.
Right side.
Oh, with
Still
3
there.
laps to go.
Still there.
And somehow we still, through all that contact,
Still
have not
there.
gotten an instant point, thankfully.
He's still there. Clear up high. Right side.
Trying to hang on
Got
to it.
bottom, 3 wide.
2 cut
Clear
down.
up high.
8-3 get loose. We're back to 5th just like that. Because the 2 came down on us going into 1. He's going to hold on to the lead. This is just stupid. Nobody's got respect here. 2 to go. I don't think I'll be able to climb back, but at least we finished where we're supposed to.
P5.
Knew I had the pace to be
That was,
one of the fastest cars.
5.5.
It's by far one of the most respectful until, you know, everybody did their crap. 2's just all over the place. Three's probably holding me up. Sparks you see is from everybody bottoming out.
Car inside.
I don't think we'll be able to get the run on the outside, but we'll see what we can
White
do.
flag, last lap.
Still there. Clear low. Got one inside. Clear on the inside.
Alright, clear the 3. We got 3 wide up ahead. Some wreck's gonna happen. Maybe we'll just be able to dodge it and pick up another spot or 2. 8 sends it in. 2's gonna go underneath the 8. They're somehow gonna finish 3 wide and hold on to it. Nope, there goes the wreck. I don't think we got by the 1 before the line.
P4. There's the
Looks like
finish. Good
4th.
drive.
It's the 8. Hooked the 1. 2's all over the place. Yeah, that was not as exciting of a finish I guess you could get, but pretty stupid at the same point because everybody was just driving like idiots up front. No respect whatsoever. We'll take a look at some of that afterwards. like I said, shouldn't have made a comment to the two, just not real happy with him, how he
Yeah,
was running me.
sure that never gets on iRacing again. That was absolutely, yeah.
1987, so we're out the right rear a little bit more.
Agreed.
Let's go take a look at what happened
He intentionally wrecked multiple people. He was
off the restart.
walking really dirty.
He blocked me after he got loose one time. And like that.
Can watch what happened to the 6. That's going to be the first thing I want to look at. We'll go back and look through everything else.
He was
So
accusing the leader of what, grip hack, and he just went up there and hooked him under caution.
let's see here. Don't want to hear that. Yeah, the 6 just drove it in. I was lifting, trying to keep the tire safe, and 6 just drove it in, got right in the back of me. I know he probably wasn't expecting it because everybody else was running full throttle, but that sucked having him get into us. Let's jump back to the beginning. I mean, somehow I finished with the 0x. The 8-2-1 were ahead. 2 had 1, or 8 incidents. 6 had, or 1 had 6. 8 had 14. Jeez, that was pathetic. The 7 and the 14 both had no incident points, and they didn't run the race. So I was literally the only ones to not have gotten an incident point that was out there. But let's go take a look at the start. We'll look through all the incidents. So we're going to go under green right off the start. 6 is going to run in the outside wall. 3 followed him. Or there's 12 followed him, excuse me. 12 got by the 6. 12 getting loose underneath. Scared the 6 up. 6 gets loose, gets into the wall. 12 goes all the way down. This was off of turn 4. Yeah, let's watch that. Because that was, was pretty crazy for me to navigate through. Just literally watch this off the start. So start on the outside. Inside line did not go, so that allowed us to get some spots there. So we're following behind the 17. You got the 9 on the outside. 6 gets into the wall. 9 gets into the wall briefly. We're going to follow behind the 17. That's what 12 is going to go shove it in. 17 just got loose on his own underneath because they're driving in full throttle. Slid it too much, so we cleared him. 12 goes low. We clear him. 6, I wasn't sure where he was coming out off the wall, so that was scary. Then this comes into the deal of getting behind him. So 17, after sliding, slides back, gets into the wall. Got a feeling you're going to see a ton of that since guys are driving in deep. 11 just gets into the back of the 4, hooks the 4. 4 gets spun around. Oh, 19, 10 come flying into that. They had nowhere to go. They were trying to dodge it to the high side. 8 avoids it. That brings out the first caution. 4, oh, yeah. 4 goes up in the air. That was the car I saw flipping in the mirror. 4 just got hooked. I mean, that's just all it was. He just got hooked, and it sent him up the track. 12 gets involved in it. And we got more contact there. Alright, so on pit road. 17 just comes up the track off the apron right in front of the 5. Gets spun to the inside. Front end damage there. 6 blocking the 8 down to the apron. Well, the 8 went down there. 8 tried to comes back up. I don't know, he doesn't really safely rejoin, but 6 kind of just out of his line. And the 1 got into the 8, so let's take a look at that. Let's watch this whole sequence from the 1's perspective. So, it's so hard to say whether or not the 8 came up more, if the 6 just kind of came down, but the 8 was slow. The 1 gets a run, just misjudges it, drives you right into the right rear of the 8, slides him around. Pretty bad on the 1's part there. That was avoidable in my opinion. I mean, lifting sucks, but that was definitely avoidable. 6 drills the wall hard, coming out of turn 2, sends him down to the apron, stays green, comes back up. That's how he fell behind the 16. Now he's just in front of the 8. Gets loose off the corner, gets into the 8, doesn't try to stay off of him after that point, so turns the 8. Yeah. I mean, they're both kind of rocking back and forth after the initial contact, but 6 definitely did not try to avoid him. Restart. 4 drives back into the 11. That looked like a bit of retaliation there. Maybe. Yeah, I think that was retaliation. I think that was definitely an intentional wreck. He just piled straight into the back of him. Alright, so here's the deal with the 6 and the 13. This is going to be fun. The 6 is yelling at the 13 for who knows what. 13's stopping, trying to avoid him. Let's just watch this entire calamity, this patheticness. 13 thinks he finally rids himself of him. 6 is going to come up. 13 is going to dodge to the high side, try to avoid him. 6 is going to pull to the inside. 13 thinks he's finally done. He's not done yet. 6 can make contact with the back of the 13. Then that spins him. Then he just drives into the right rear, turns him. 2 gets into him, couldn't really stop, and that slowly flips the 13. And now he's got damage and has to tow to pit road because of that patheticness. 12 gets loose, gets in the wall out of turn 2. 16's going to go for a slide, saves it, and then hits the inside wall. 1's going to make... 2 just comes back down and makes some more contact. I don't know if that was... if the 1 pushed up and made contact with the 2 and the 2 wasn't happy with it, but... All in behind him. I mean, let's just keep it here because this was crazy racing. I want to go back and watch what the 2 did as well. Alright, so let's watch this one. This one's hard to say. So, I drove in a bit deep, sliding up, trying to lift, hold on to it, pushing up the track. Alright, so that one I'm actually going to take ownership on me for just pushing up into the left side of the 2 that was on me, and then almost got into the 8. The 8 actually saved it. I don't know if he tried to turn right or if it was a bit in that code, but we ended up getting by him. Although what I do know is that that was definitely not clean driving. Let's watch this here. I go back and watch this restart. That's pretty much the end of it. We can watch the 3 wide at the end too, but got running, got a good jump ahead of the 1, was able to slot myself back in 7th, or 2nd, excuse me. This was the last restart. And we're going to progressively catch the 2. So I think the fastest way still was to lift just slightly, maybe not quite as much as I was doing. I think it was faster than driving in and just sliding the car up the track. So we're going to catch the 2. 1's going to be behind us. 1's running me respectfully. I know he didn't run other people respectfully, but he was running me respectfully at this point. Catch up to the 2. Didn't make any contact there. Staying off of him. Staying off the 1. 1 got to the inside. I had to stay high. Giving the inside lane to the 1. 1 gets loose there on the apron out of force. That allows me to clear back ahead of the 1. So we're going to get the run back to the inside. Backed off. Didn't get into the 2 there. Not even netcode. Caught a little bit of the apron there. Kind of actually helped the rotation out of the corner a little bit. Got the run on the 2. He's going to block down. Not crazy heavy blocks, but certainly coming down in front of me. I wasn't really continuing to make the move to the inside, because I knew where it was going to lead. So we're going to get the run here on the high side. High side was going to be incredibly tough to make the pass. I was just hoping the 2 was going to slide in the corner, and I could try to get a run into the corner and then clear him off of it. Kind of working the same idea. Now watch him just start pushing me up the track. Right here. Kind of comes back up. It's not quite as close as I thought inside the car. Giving him almost a 4-car width in between us through 3 and 4. He starts coming up the front stretch with, like, no regard for where I am and the fact that, you know, I'm holding my line and I'm entitled to hold that line. So that was... whether or not you want to make the argument on the back stretch, he definitely came up on me on the front stretch. He's going to start throwing the blocks there. They're not crazy aggressive right turns, but they're definitely intentional blocks there. Which, whatever, it's drafting, but I hate when people run that way. And we're going to try to follow in behind the 1. Didn't really want to go 3 wide here. It was not really technically 3 wide. Lifted to stay behind the 1. 3's coming on the outside. All that bumping you hear is the car's bottoming out. on the track. So we're going to run in behind the one here. Just staying behind the one. I think it should be either this lap or the next lap. You can see he comes down on the one too, so he was not afraid to try to stop anybody's run and make contact with people. So we're going to follow up behind the one. Get the run there. Two's on the outside. Alright, so that was the part where we slid up. So I guess, you know, that is what it is. But then let's watch the 3 wide between the 1, the 2, and the 8's going to get involved in this, as the 8 gets a good run on the inside in the middle of 1 and 2. It's going to put him almost 3 wide down the backstretch. 1 gets momentum off the high side. 8's going to drive it in deep. He's just going to push up there in the middle of the corner. And really clear the 2, but slides up in front of him. Makes contact, and then, alright, let's look here and see. Let's look at this from the 8's perspective. So the 8's coming out of 4 onto the front stretch. Oh yeah, just tries to come up. Momentum is carrying him up there. The 1's starting to come down, but the 8 just kind of doesn't care. Spins the 1 across him. So the 8 ends up getting the win after spinning the 1, which is, I don't know, kind of crap. 2 ends up finishing 2nd. We end up finishing 4th because we couldn't quite get to the 1 when he spun. So take a look at the results. Hopefully should be somewhat decent on both sides. At least got out of that with the 0x. Single split, 1800. Strength of field's, like I said, pretty weak. A couple guys that were decent iRating, a couple guys that weren't all that great. Tiny bit of safety rating gain, 0.1, trying to get the incident points from the truck race and the late model race out. A little bit of an iRating gain, plus 35. We only finished one spot ahead of where we were supposed to, so we're never going to gain very much. But could have finished anywhere from, you know, probably 1st to 5th. Reasonably was probably a 2nd place car. I think it was faster than the 3. The back end of the run probably wasn't quite as quick as the 1, and it's probably faster than the 2, and he was just driving all over the place. So it is what it is. Let's see, the 6 ends up finishing 8th. What's pathetic is he was a 2700 iRated driver. Like, you should know better than to do stuff like that. That was just absolutely pathetic. The 2 was, you know, 40, you know, just under 4100 coming into this. Again, I have a little respect. That's my only gripe, is that people didn't have the respect I thought they should have. That's where I thought it was pretty bad. You can see, let's see, car 7, who didn't start the race, was not in the session, was 2200 basically. So really, you know, the top seven or 8 drivers were not terribly iRated, above 2000. So just frustrating, some of the things that happen there, the blocking, the ridiculous driving, but you know, it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. You got to see some pathetic sides of iRacing. You got to see me get a little angry, make a comment on the radio, but then try to cool down and still drive within my means. So we battled through the adversity, got to clean, and got something positive out of it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Get more out the rest of the week, and until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.